Is there really a meta formation in eFootball? Can you actually climb divisions just by copying a tactical layout? Or is the whole idea of a meta formation nothing but a myth created by TikTok clips and recycled YouTube content? For years, players have asked the same question. What formation do the pros use? What formation guarantees wins? What formation takes you from Division 5 to Division 1? And every season, the answer changes. But today, you're not getting theory, you're not getting hype, you're getting the truth. Because the real question isn't, is there a meta formation? The real question is, can you make a formation meta? And by the end of this video, while beginners, pros, free-to-play grinders, and even pay-to-win players, you will finally understand exactly how to build a formation that wins consistently. Because you understand every moving part of your team. Welcome to the Masterclass. And welcome into the real science of building a meta formation in eFootball. For the next several minutes, we're going to talk about everything you need to know. Every formation, every playstyle, every positional playstyle, every individual instruction, how to analyze your squad, how to avoid the mistakes 90% of players make, and finally, how to create a formation that doesn't collapse under pressure. If you've ever felt lost, confused, frustrated, or just stuck at a certain division level, this video is the reset button you've been waiting for.
Okay, let's go.
Before we talk formations, before we talk tactics, and before we talk meta, I want to teach you the real truth behind why so many players struggle with eFootball. And it starts with this. eFootball is not a copy and paste game. Most people go online, find a random formation from a creator who has different players, different play styles, different skill sets, and then they expect the formation to magically work. It won't. Because this game has a hidden layer of complexity that beginners never learn. Every player card has its own internal behaviors. Passing animations, acceleration, curves, defensive reactions, dribbling patterns, through ball angles, and even stamina drainage tendencies. Those behaviors are tied to their attributes and playstyles, meaning if you use a card wrongly, the whole formation collapses. This is why some people feel like their team is laggy or slow, even when their network is perfectly fine. It's not lag, it's mismatch. It's forcing a square peg into a round hole. Number 2. Your formation must match your squad, not the other way around. If you take a formation built for a team with fast wingers and aggressive fullbacks, and you try to use it with a squad full of orchestrators and defensive fullbacks, what do you think happens? You lose width, you lose tempo, you lose transitions, and you lose patience. Most people don't understand their squad at all. They don't know the strengths, the weaknesses, or the natural tendencies of their players. And so they end up copying a system without the tools. And number 3, pay to win isn't everything. Yes, P2W players get cards with stacked stats and extra skills, but skill will always beat money. I always reference Pest Commando because he proves it every single season. He is free to play, but he reaches Division 1 consistently because he understands movement, positioning, timing, and game mechanics. And number 4, network is the second most important factor in this game. Even the best formation means nothing if the match quality is fighting against you. That is the foundation you must understand before we go deeper. Now let's move into the playstyles because your entire formation is built on whichever one you choose. And a lot of players choose playstyles blindly without knowing what they actually do. So let me break them down in a way that you will never forget. Possession game is the style for players who love control. It slows the match tempo down and encourages your players to stay close, provide short passing options, and remain compact. It's the style that rewards patience, vision, and calm decision-making. Quick counter is for the aggressive attackers. It rewards verticality, forward runs, and killer passes after recovering the ball. Your players will immediately look to break lines in transition. If you have fast attackers, explosive midfielders, and fullbacks who can overlap, quick counter turns your team into a weapon. Out wide is exactly what the name suggests. It stretches the pitch, forces defenders to make uncomfortable decisions, and relies on width, dribbling, and crossing. If you love winger-focused football where you isolate defenders and create 1v1 situations, this playstyle is for you. Long ball counter is the grandfather of defensive mastery. It creates the deepest defensive block in the game. Your whole team sits compact, waits for the opponent, and then explodes forward with 1 or 2 long balls. This playstyle is perfect for players who prefer to defend first and punish mistakes. And finally, long ball, the least used playstyle but extremely powerful when used correctly if you have tall strikers. It's direct, fast, and bypasses midfield entirely. A lot of pros use it situationally to fight high pressure. Now let's talk about positional playstyles, because this is where the real tactical depth comes in. Every position has different types of players, and you must know what they do. A defensive goalkeeper stays deeper, reacts quickly to shots, and doesn't stray too far from the goal. He's safer. An attacking goalkeeper plays like a sweeper, cutting passing lanes behind your defense. You choose based on whether your defense plays deep or high. For defenders, build-up center backs remain calm, pass carefully, and help you start attacks. Destroyers are aggressive. They step up, win duels, and break play. If you mix the wrong ones, your defensive line becomes unbalanced. Fullbacks have several types. Attacking fullbacks behave like extra wingers. Defensive fullbacks stay deeper and act like extra center backs during defensive phases. Fullback finishers are aggressive and run into the box during attacks like modern-day Nico O'Reilly or Hakimi. In midfield, orchestrators control tempo. Anchormen hold their position and protect the CBs. Box-to-box midfielders shuttle back and forth. Classic number 10 stay static between the lines. Hole players make devastating late runs into the box. Creative playmakers move horizontally looking for pockets of space. You must pair them correctly. Wingers vary between roaming flanks who cut inside, cross specialists who stay wide, and prolific wingers who attack the goal directly. And finally, your strikers. The deep-lying forward links play. The target man holds the ball and wins duels. The fox in the box waits for rebounds. The dummy runner pulls defenders away, and the goal poacher focuses purely on finishing. This knowledge alone will fix half your problems. Individual instructions are the hidden layer most players don't understand. Defensive instructions like tight marking, man marking, deep line, and counter target completely change the behavior of your players. Counter target makes your striker stay forward, saving stamina and staying available for transitions. Deep line instructs your defense to avoid getting stretched. Tight marking forces your DMF or CB to glue themselves to an attacker. While attacking instructions like defensive, attacking and anchoring work wonders by enhancing the player's movements. To build the perfect formation, you must understand 3 things: your squad, your style of play, and the areas you struggle with. Most players build formations based on trends, not on weaknesses. The best formation is the one that amplifies your strengths and hides your weaknesses. If you struggle with defending counterattacks, use a formation with a DMF anchorman and defensive fullbacks. If you struggle with breaking low blocks, use a hole player and an attacking fullback. If your players are slow, use possession. If they're fast, use quick counter. Always build around your personnel first. Never build around someone else's team. Now let me talk about my formation, the one I use in my P2W squad, and why it works. I run a 4-2-2-2 system, but it's not the basic one you see everywhere. My version has a defensive fullback on one side and an attacking fullback on the other. I do this because I don't have many strong defensive fullbacks aside from Sergi Barjuan, Maldini, and Costa Curta, so I compensate by adding defensive instructions to balance the structure. My 2 center backs are both build-up types. This gives me calm, intelligent passing from the back and avoids unnecessary mistakes. In midfield, I run an anchorman as my DMF, who stays deep and protects the defense. Next to him is a hole player CMF, who makes late runs into the box and adds vertical threat. In the attacking midfield roles, I use 2 AMFs, even though their playstyles don't match the natural AMF ones. But I choose them because both have phenomenal pass. Cruyff also has momentum dribbling. These traits allow them to break lines and create deadly passes regardless of their playstyle fit. My 2 strikers are both goal poachers. I use counter target on both of them so they stay forward, preserve stamina, and attack space instantly when I recover the ball. I also set defensive instructions on my attacking left back and on Daniel Rossi so I effectively defend with 5 players. My 2 CBs, my DMF, my defensive fullback, and Rossi acting like a semi-center back. This setup makes attacking easy because my AMFs and hole player combine centrally while the attacking fullback overlaps. It makes defending easy because the defensive fullback and DMF form a strong block. This formation works for ME because it matches my squad perfectly, and that is the real lesson. Before you even think about copying anyone's formation, including mine, here's what I need you to do. Try different formations. Don't lock yourself into the same shape every season. Give your squad a chance to breathe and show you what works. Sometimes the formation you think you'll hate becomes the one that finally clicks. And number 2, study the players you actually love using. I'm serious. Don't just throw cards into a squad because they look shiny. Look at their play styles, their traits, their skills, and their natural positions. Understand how they behave when they have their play style activated, and how they behave when they don't. Most people don't even notice the difference, but it's huge. And here's a tip nobody teaches. Place your players in positions that fit them, and then place them in positions that don't fit them, just to observe the difference. This is the only way you will truly understand how strong or how limited a card is when the playstyle isn't active. Sometimes you'll realize a player you thought was perfect is actually useless off-style. Other times you'll discover a hidden gem who plays better than expected even without his playstyle lighting up. And number 3, train your players. Seriously, do trainings. Practice. Experiment. If something doesn't suit you, don't force it. Go back, adjust your player roles, change the instructions, swap the fullbacks, move the DMF, change the angle of your AMFs, and try again. eFootball rewards people who test, experiment, and learn. And most importantly, don't be afraid to fail. Your worst matches are the ones that teach you the most. Every formation you try is data. Every mistake you make shows you what your team is missing. This is how you build your meta, and that's the full masterclass. If you watched this far, then congratulations. You now understand eFootball better than 95% of players. You understand formations, playstyles, positional roles, individual instructions, and most importantly, how to build a system around your squad. This has been my most detailed breakdown ever, and trust me, more is coming. I'll see you in the next video. Peace.